a movement for strong borders and no drugs pouring in and poisoning our youth, where you have a huge problem. It's a movement for the wall, which we're going to have. And by the way, Mexico is, in fact, going to pay for it. You know, when I'm on the stage, I'm in the debates with these guys, and they talk about the wall. And one of them came up to me after the debate. You know Mexico's not going to pay for the wall. I said, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? 100, by the way, you're there, right? 100%. And then I said, we have a $58 billion trade deficit and the wall costs $10 billion, and you tell me I can't pull that deal off? That will be so easy. But these politicians don't know. And even if they do know, they're not going to do it because they're controlled by their special interests, and they're never going to go against their special interests. If I would have raised money for this campaign, Jeb Bush had 148 million, probably much more than that by the time it ended, but toward the middle it looked like 148 million. By the way, that did him a lot of good, right? Bye-bye. But he had 148. If I would have raised money for one of these crummy PACs, I think they're a total disaster, by the way. By the way, they're absolutely a shame. They're absolutely a shame. They're a disgrace to democracy. Remember I said it. That's me talking. And then they say, well, we don't talk to our PAC. Their best friends are running the PAC. They say, we don't talk. Well, what about the golf match you played last week with? Well, we didn't discuss the commercials that we were... Folks, let me tell you, we're in the real world, okay? These PACs are a disgrace. They're a disgrace. And you can do something, you can show, do whatever you want to do, but what's going on in politics today is a disgrace. Whether it's the superdelegates, you know, and I'm no fan of Bernie Sanders, believe me. I think he's terrible. I don't like him. I think he's terrible. I refuse to vote for a communist. Okay. Let me tell you. In all fairness to Bernie Sanders, he goes out and every week it's Bernie Sanders wins. Bernie Sanders wins. Bernie Sanders wins. Like, what is it, 9 or 11 in a row? Bernie Sanders wins. And then I listen to the dishonest media, and they're around a table. And they said, well, he's won like 10 out of 11. And they say, well, but he can't win. It's over. That's what it is. It's a corrupt system. Because in all fairness, Bernie Sanders should be able to win. And they all say he can't win because they don't say this, I say this, because it's a fixed system, it's a corrupt system that's run by the bosses. And you know what? The Republican side is worse because it's less obvious and yet it's just as bad. It's far less obvious, but it's just as bad. The political pros that take in the money, they're the ones that call the shots. Here's what they didn't count on. They didn't count on Trump getting millions and millions of votes. I mean, we have a guy named Ricketts. I never even heard him. I don't know him. I never saw him. He owns the Chicago Cubs. He's a big enemy of mine. I never met this guy. And I used to like the Chicago Cubs. I don't like them at all anymore. They're going to fail. They're going to fail. Because you know what? When we put the kibosh on something, it always fails. But here's a guy giving millions of dollars to fight me. We have other guys, I've never even heard of them. Now, number one, they want to be, they want to be famous. They're rich, but they're not famous, okay? And they would give everything. They want to be famous. But Ricketts owns the Chicago. I said, who would do this? A guy named Ricketts. Did you ever hear of him? No. Who is he? He owns the Chicago Cubs. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, good. Now I'm rooting against the Chicago Cubs. And I have real estate there, but I'm rooting against the Chicago Cubs. But, he'll go crazy now and say, I can't believe they mentioned my name, this is bad. His PR people say, you have to stay out of the news. Let him take a little heat. Let that guy take it. And by the way, here's the beauty. I was supposed to not win Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. I was supposed to not win Illinois. He spent a lot of money, that family, Ricketts family, against Trump. I won in a landslide, folks. I won. I just want to leave by saying the following. We don't win anymore, but we're going to start winning again big. You're going to go home and you're going to remember this evening, but more importantly, you're going to go home, you're going to rest up on Monday, make as many calls as you can to get everybody out, and go and give us a big mandate, a big mandate for the movement, okay? Remember, they call it a phenomenon. There's never been anything like this. Give us a big mandate for the movement, because the movement's about common sense, it's about being the smart people, and it's about winning. So, we don't win anymore, but we're going to start winning. We're going to win with our military, we're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. We're going to win for our vets, our great veterans, who are being treated horribly. In many cases, they're being treated far worse than illegal immigrants who come over to this country. We're going to win for our vets. We're going to win at trade. We're going to have the best trade deals. Carl Icahn, some of the greatest business people in the world have endorsed me. We're going to use our smartest and our best. We're not using political hacks anymore. That's the people that do these deals. They're political hacks that know nothing about business. They know nothing about, like Secretary Kerry. He's a political hack. The deal he made with Iran is one of the worst deals I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to have our best people. We have the greatest people in the world. We have the greatest business people in the world. They don't want money. They want to do it. They want to see our country be great again. And they're endorsing me and they love me. And we'll start off with Carl. So we're going to take our trade and we're going to reverse it. And we're going to stop companies like Mexico, these countries like Mexico and others, from stealing our businesses, stealing our jobs, stealing our money. It's going to be reversed. When Carrier just announced, when they moved over, when they just announced, and they're moving to Mexico and they'll sell their product in the United States, no tax, no nothing, nope, not with me. They're going to pay a 35% tax for every single air conditioner unit. And let me tell you, you know what they're going to do? I'll be called, but they didn't give me any money. Nobody gave me anything. I'm representing you. I'm not representing lobbyists or special interests. So here's what's going to happen. I'll be called. I won't even take their call. I couldn't care less. No, I'm doing this to represent you. I didn't need this, folks. I didn't need to believe me. You don't think this is work? You don't think this is work? But here's what we're going to do. We're going to charge them at 35. And here's what's going to happen. I will be called. You know, my wife said, please, act more, President. Well, I want to call the head of Carrier. It's so easy. Donald Trump, President of the United States, calls the head of Carrier, okay? Air conditioning. I want to do it because it's so easy. And I love doing this stuff. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to say a 35% tax to bring your stuff in the United States. And they're going to say, Mr. President, we're not moving, we're staying in the United States. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen in Poughkeepsie and Buffalo and everybody else. We have to get smart. So folks, we're going to win on trade. We're going to win on education. We're going to win with the Second Amendment, which is being absolutely brutalized. We're going to get rid of Common Core. We're going to bring our education. And we're going to make Poughkeepsie and this whole region vibrant again. But we're going to make the whole country vibrant again. Our economy is going to boom. We're going to get rid of a lot of that $19 trillion in debt. And here's what's going to go, and I love doing this, and I say it, and we have fun with it, but it is so true. We are going to start winning again. We're going to win. We're going to win so much, and I kid, but I say we're going to win so much that you're going to say, Mr. President, please, we're winning too much. We can't take